Let's say what everyone feels but never says out loud. You are exhausted, and it has nothing to do with sleep. A single careless glance can sour your mood, a door that shuts too hard can spike your pulse, and an unanswered message can sit on your chest like an anvil. Before breakfast, you've already surrendered more peace than most armies lose in a month. You wake before sunrise because the alarm insists. The room is cold, you fumble for the phone, and in the half-light, that old tightness settles under your ribs. Your partner closes the bathroom door a little harder than usual. The neighbor's dog barks through the wall. Your bus runs 3 minutes late. Each moment is small, yet somehow everyone lands like a jab. By mid-morning, you've taken 100 of them, and you're bleeding motivation. These irritations are trivial on paper, but they swarm your nervous system like mosquitoes. A colleague greets everyone except you. A stranger stares a second too long. The bakery line crawls. The clerk hands back change without eye contact. Each scene whispers the same lie. You're invisible. You're disrespected. You're falling behind. It's a low-grade fever of slights, and we drink it all day until the numbness feels normal. Modern life teaches us that this flinching is just how it is, that to feel every prick is proof you're alive. But you aren't tired because you work too hard. You're tired because every noise, every frown, every tiny delay claims a piece of you, and pieces are not unlimited. Friedrich Nietzsche saw this long before traffic jams and cubicles. He watched Europe speed up until factory whistles and newspaper scandals battered the senses. People, he said, were becoming too human, so hyper-reactive that each social tremor pulled them off-center. His remedy wasn't thicker skin, it was deeper roots. He called it the will to power, absolute authority over the only kingdom you can truly govern. Your responses. Imagine the lunch queue where someone cuts ahead because they're late. Old you rehearses a confrontation and replays it for hours. New you notices the first spark and lets it fizzle, not with forced politeness or martyrdom, but genuine indifference. That stranger's haste has nothing to do with your value. 10 seconds reclaimed, blood pressure steady, dignity intact. Multiply that by 50 incidents a day, and you win back years of calm. Mind the gap, the subway says. The real gap, the one between stimulus and story, is everything. A horn blares behind you. It's only air vibrating until you add, "He disrespects me." When the baby on the plane wails, it's just a note in the soundtrack of travel, unless you choose to compose a tragedy around it. Your narratives, not the sounds, spike your heart rate. People here don't react and picture a granite statue. Suppression is a pressure cooker. Mastery is different. It converts friction into momentum, the way legs turn pavement into kilometers. The anger you feel when a coworker dismisses your idea becomes an evening run that leaves you stronger. The envy that surfaces when a friend buys a bigger apartment becomes a research sprint that sharpens your own finances. Emotion is chemical energy. You decide where to discharge it. Nietzsche called the ultimate conversion amor fati, love of fate. It's not resignation, but a fierce embrace of reality on its own terms. When the elevator breaks and you face 9 flights of stairs, you climb and call it leg day. When the government office loses your paperwork, you stand in line again and use the hour to outline a side project. When the train doors close 1 second before you reach them, you watch it roll away and think, more time to breathe. The world meant inconvenience. You turn it into training. Begin right now. Label each emotional spike with one word: irritation, envy, fear. Then breathe once and ask if it will matter next summer. Convert the spared adrenaline into movement. Push-ups, a brisk walk, 10 focused minutes on a passion project. Trim voices that thrive on outrage. Replace them with those that teach. Eat a meal without screens and watch discomfort surface and dissolve. Read an opposing viewpoint article and observe your pulse without diving into the comment pit. At week's end, count the conflicts you sidestepped and reinvest the rescued minutes into building something real. The compound interest in peace will shock you. Picture 2 professionals, Alex and Jordan, same job, same day. A terse email lands. "We need to talk." Alex spirals, loses half the day catastrophizing. Jordan breathes, labels the line as ambiguous, and finishes a deep work sprint before the meeting. Same stimulus, opposite inner worlds. Multiply that gap by a career, and you see why some lives soar while others stall. As you level up, People who thrive on pushing buttons grow confused. They poke, you smile. They gossip, you change the subject. They expect the old dance, you've left the ballroom. Bullies drift elsewhere. Torment is no fun without visible wounds. Don't confuse non-reactivity with passivity. It means choosing your battlefield with clarity instead of reflex. When action is required, you act from principle, not fury. Rosa Parks didn't scream. Her controlled stillness shook a nation. Controlled fire cuts steel. Wildfire only burns wood. Sustain your center with rituals. Write a single line each night. Today, I felt a surge and I responded by, walk 1 block without headphones. Let raw city noise prove that sound itself is not attack. Schedule regular digital Sabbaths so your nervous system learns that stimulation is optional, not compulsory. Recovery time is the true metric. A novice stews for a day, an intermediate an hour, a master a single inhale. Over months, your rebound curve flattens until triggers land with a dull thud and slide away like pebbles off armor. Pay attention. The world will notice before you do. Friends say you look rested. Strangers mirror your relaxed shoulders. Negotiations tilt your way because calm is gravity. Even bullies drift off. There's nothing to feed on. Scale out one more time. From space, the tweet that ruined your morning, the driver who splashed you at the crosswalk, the passport office queue, they vanish. Borders blur. Arguments shrink to static, and your true size expands beyond daily annoyance. Carry that orbital perspective back into the grocery line and stress drops by half. When the next test comes, maybe a stranger shoves past you on the sidewalk, smile inwardly. It's only weight on the bar, and you have trained for it. The storm keeps its theatrics. The lighthouse keeps its beam. Whisper the sentence that marks the shift. I own my reactions. Say it when the elevator stalls, when the toddler screams in the cafe, when traffic grinds to a halt. Each whisper lays a brick in your new foundation. A year from now, look back on the arguments you never had, the apologies you never needed, the hours you reclaimed. That accumulation is freedom, earned, invisible, irreversible. Close this video, stand up, and step into a world that will keep making noise. Let it. You're done renting your inner life to passing disturbances. Your signal is reserved for what truly deserves it, and most days, that is very little. Walk on. The wind still howls, the waves still crash, but the lighthouse beam is steady, and it's yours.